Hello, I'm bored. I'm waiting for my lady to come and do her click and collect collection. So I thought I would do an unboxing because this lovely box has just arrived and I don't have anything better to do, and I haven't done my 5 a day today. Those that don't know the 5 a day, I'm attempting to post 5 new titles that we have in the bookshop every day, every weekday in March. And I sort of cheated yesterday because I was putting a load of books on the system. If I keep looking that way, it's because that's where my lady will be when she turns up. So I need to make sure that I'm not doing 10 million other things when she turns up. So yes, yesterday I cheated for my 5 a day because I spit it out. I was putting all the books on the system that I have unboxed in the past and got out and put on the shelves and gone, woo, pretty, and not actually put on the system. So I had to be very boring yesterday and do all of that, which took a very long time. But I'm pretty much up to date now. So this new box, I can get excited by, and then once I've got excited by it, I put these on the system as well. So yesterday I cheated with the 5 a day and I just showed you a big pile, which is not up to scratch, is it? So today I'm going to make up for that by going through this box live, not live, but go through it with you as I go through it. That's the bit that tells me how much it will cost. We'll keep that over there. The less said about that, the better. Right. So this annoys me so much. This is damaged and now I'm going to have to send it back, and it's really aggravating because it's the most simple things and they just don't seem to be able to get it right. But luckily I already have one on the shelf, so I will still tell you about it, even though somebody's put their fingernail through the front. Look. Ruined it. And I'm now going to have to send it back. But there we go. This is, anyway, when it's not damaged, and I still have another one, Alice's Adventures Underground, which is the original manuscript redone by the British Library of Alice in Wonderland. And it's very cool because it has the original handwriting and stuff, which is pretty awesome, and a load of like notes about it in the front. So if you're a fan of Alice in Wonderland, and that is collated by the British Library, and that is £14.99 for anybody that's interested. And the front cover's really pretty. Ignore the dent in it. But it's got like the bunny and Alice and all the cars. It's an absolutely beautiful book. And I do have one. I ordered 2. Don't ask me why I ordered 2. But I know a certain few people who bought my facsimile of A Christmas Carol over Christmas that will probably be interested in that because it's a similar idea. So that's that. This is fun. These are to go in the cheese shop in the village. So if you are local to Kingussie, the Cheese Nook, run by Liddy, is a beautiful, beautiful, just look at my waistline, beautiful cheese shop. And Liddy does everything cheese and wine, hampers and all sorts. It's addictive. And she said, I showed her this book, which is called The Philosophy of Cheese. Sink your teeth into this rich and complex history, beginning with the earliest evidence of cheese making. From the Swiss Alps to New York's hipster cheese bars, journalist Patrick McGuigan has written about cheese making, maturers and cheesemongers around the world. So there you go. And he is partial to a slice of Kirkham's Lancashire, apparently. So these are going to be stocked in the cheese shop for me, which is very nice of Liddy. So if anybody wants one of those, again, British Library, look at that. £10 each they are. Beautiful little hardback. Very nicely done. Just a nice little gift. And they will be in the Cheese Nook on Kingussie High Street very soon. As in, when I take them up there, probably this afternoon or tomorrow. Right, now, this is, Foxglove Farm. Right, so this is another of the series of Love Heart Lane books. Love Heart Lane, there's about 5, and these are what I like to call an airport book. Good contemporary fiction, basic, easy storyline. Usually, woman leaves PR job after bad breakup with boyfriend to go and help run some sort of bakery or some sort of cute little business somewhere rural, and ends up falling in love with, I don't know, the next door neighbour's divorced husband or something. But they're not bonkbusters. And they're not like Mills and Boon kind of schmaltzy romance. They're just nice, easy little, I love them. And I read Christmas ones, and I read anything to do with a cafe or a bakery, or I've actually got one about a bookshop, all sorts. And these are extra exciting because they are based in a fictional Highland village. So I was very excited about this. This, I believe, is number 2. I do have the first one as well. Love Heart Lane is the first one. Yes. Oh, hang on. There's at home. Ooh, I might be doing a bit more shopping. But yes, Foxglove Farm. This is, I think, the second of the 5. Return to Love Heart Lane for friendship, romance, and a community who will be there for you no matter what. Isla and Drew, I need more coffee, appear to have the perfect life, a strong marriage, 2 beautiful children, and their picture-perfect home, Foxglove Farm. But new mum Isla is struggling. She loves her little family, but with Drew working all hours on the farm, Isla's lonely. When she discovers that Drew has been keeping secrets from her, Isla has to face losing the home they all love. Can the Love Heart Lane community pull together once more to help save Foxglove Farm? And can Isla save her home and her marriage? Love stuff like this. So yeah, I'm very excited by this because I've got the others. I've got Love Heart Lane, I think. I've definitely got Clover Cottage. I've got Starcross Manor, which is another one. And I'm looking over there because that's where the bookcase is that's got them on. And I'm too blind to see from here. But anyway, I have several of these, and I was very excited because when I came up here 10 years ago now, nearly 9 years ago, I discovered that there are a lot of books like that, but very few for up here. It's all Cornwall or the Lake District or Yorkshire or wherever, but there's very little about the Highlands. And I thought, this is perfect. This is the typical sort of rural area that these books are set in. Very different from your standard city life. So where are they? Every book I looked at was wartime, the clearances, historical romance, and as much as, you know, good old Queen Mary, lovely, but not for me. I'm not a historical fiction sort of person. So I was like, where are these? Anyway, I looked it up. There are tons, and I have probably bought all of them. Let's face it, I think I have bought all of them. So that should be fun. Right, anyway, next. MC Beaton, right? Now, it took me a minute. I am obsessed with Agatha Raisin. If you have not discovered Agatha Raisin, you are missing out. I keep saying she is Midsummer Murders with high heels and gin. Now, MC Beaton also wrote Hamish Macbeth, which I found out after I was obsessed with Agatha Raisin. And there is a Netflix, I think it's Netflix. There's a series somewhere on the telly of Agatha Raisin, and it is just the best thing I've ever seen. The first Agatha Raisin book is called Agatha Raisin and the Quiche of Death, which should tell you what kind of books these are, and I love them to death. So I have essentially bought all of them. MC Beaton, like I say, wrote Hamish Macbeth. Now, you would think that because Hamish Macbeth was set up the road and a certain local chimney sweep actually featured in an episode on the telly back in the day, mentioning no names, everybody knows exactly who I'm on about, you would think I would stock the Hamish Macbeth, but the problem is everybody has seen the Hamish Macbeth. Everybody knows everything about the Hamish Macbeth. So I thought I would go slightly sideways and get the Agatha Raisin. I have not bought all these just for myself. I completely and utterly have. But I will put them all on the shelf and I will pretend that they are not all there because I want to collect every single book, and they are in fact there to share with everybody else. This one I've just picked up at random is called Agatha Raisin and the Blood of an Englishman. I mean, they're so good. This one's about the Christmas panto. There's Agatha Raisin, the Terrible Tourist. Agatha Raisin, retired PR Supremo, has been spurred at the altar by the man of her dreams, her attractive neighbour James Lacey. So, temporarily deserting the sleepy Cotswold village of Carsley, she pursues her fleeing fiancé to North Cyprus, where instead of enjoying a romantic honeymoon, they witness the killing of an obnoxious tourist in a bar. I mean, the thing is, they're not local, but actually, they're just brilliant. Agatha Raisin, the Wellspring of Death. That's a brilliant one. I've seen the telly episode of that, and it's so good. I'm not going to read you out the inside of everyone. Agatha Raisin and the Busybody. I can't sit here and read them. Right, but there's so many. I mean, the one I got in first was... the reason I started this is because apparently there is a new one, and I've got it in hardback. It's called Agatha Raisin Hot to Trot. And that was the first one I got in for my own personal enjoyment, to be honest. And I also got another one called Agatha Raisin Beating About the Bush. And the thing that made me laugh was the storyline of that, as far as I can tell, is Agatha goes on a walk and discovers a severed leg in a hedge. Don't ask me. I don't know. If you're looking for serious crime thriller, this is not the one. However, if you're like me, they're genius. Right, what's this one? Agatha Raisin and the Spoonful of Poison. I mean, I just love them. That was about fate and jam tampering. They're just... Agatha Raisin and the Potted Gardener. Oh my God, is this the one where the girlfriend is found upside down in a pot? Agatha is taken aback when she finds a new woman ensconced in the affections of her attractive bachelor neighbour. The beautiful Mary Fortune is superior in every way, especially when it comes to gardening. And with the Carsley Garden Open Day looming, Agatha feels this deficiency acutely. So when Mary is discovered murdered, buried upside down in a pot. Buried upside down in a pot. Yes. Right, next. There's another Foxglove Farm. I'll put that one there. Agatha Raisin and Love, Lies and Liquor. I mean, they're just so good. Do you know, the terrible thing is I keep forgetting I'm videoing and I'm sitting here quietly reading the back of this book. I'm not good at this. Agatha Raisin thinks she's in for a treat when her ex-husband James Lacey invites her on a holiday, but horrors! His idea of an idyllic break is a small rundown resort of Berry Hill on Sea, and from there things go from bad to worse. When a fellow member in the hotel is found murdered, Agatha finds herself a chief suspect and has to solve this case from a locked police cell. I mean, we all need a bit of escapism after the last year, and this is it. There you go, that's the first one, Agatha Raisin and the Quiche of Death. High-flying public relations supremo Agatha Raisin has decided to take early retirement. She's off to make a new life in the picture-perfect Cotswold village. To make friends, she enters the local quiche-making competition, and to make quite sure of first prize, she secretly pays a visit to a London deli. Alas, the competition judge succumbs after tasting her perfect quiche, and Agatha is revealed as a cheat and a potential poisoner. Clean up the wrapping in a minute. More. Agatha Raisin as the Pig Turns. I've got so many of these. This is so bad. Dishing the Dirt. Oh, it's about a therapist. Oh, there you go. Yep, look, there's one about a vet, a hunky vet. You can't. There's more. Pushing Up the Daisies. Somebody, and the Murderous Marriage. Somebody has got to like these other than me, because otherwise I'm going to get into massive trouble for buying all of these books and nobody else wanting them other than me. Agatha Raisin and the Deadly Dance. Honestly, you're not going to regret it if you start buying and reading these. I'm thinking about running a book club solely for the Agatha Raisin murders. I feel like we could pick a page number. This was my idea, right? You read the book, you pick a page number before we start, and when you reach that page number, you have to record on a bit of paper who you think did it. You have to do it when you reach that specific page number. And then at the end, we all get together and discuss who got it right, who got it wrong, etc. In my head, that sounds fun. I don't know if anybody else would find that fun, but I would find that fun. Right, slightly different, but another contemporary fiction. Love in Lockdown. I don't know that much about this. Lockdown is putting Sophia's life on pause, just as she planned to put herself out there and meet someone. When the first clap of the key workers rings out around her courtyard, she's moved to tears for all kinds of reasons. Jack is used to living life to the fullest. He's going stir crazy after just days of isolating, until the night he hears a woman crying from the balcony under his. He strikes up a conversation with the stranger and puts a smile on her face. Soon their balcony meetings are the highlight of Jack and Sophia's days. But even as they grow closer together, they're always kept apart. Can they fall in love during a lockdown? Now, I was a bit dubious, I must say. Oh, God, look at all the packaging behind me. I really need to learn to tidy up. That's not helping, is it? I was dubious about buying anything COVID or lockdown related. And trust me, there is so much of it. So much of it. I was on a Zoom with a publisher the other day looking at all their new titles. And there are so many... I don't know, there just seemed to be doom and gloom everywhere, whether it was viruses of some other description or lockdown or I don't know, like, or an apocalypse or something. And I just, oh God, do you know, I could quite happily come out of this and never ever mention it again. Like, I'm so over it. So the idea of buying books and stuff based around it or around something similar, I'm personally, I just want to run and hide from. I know that's not going to be everybody, and so I've bought, like, I'm interested to know actually what other people are doing. Like, I've bought a couple of interesting novels and things based on dealing with loss, but like in a gentle way, because there's going to be a fair bit of that around, right? But I just feel like a lot of it is too on the nose. Does that make any sense? I'm just not. Anyway, so Love in Lockdown, for those people that are interested in reading things that are of a similar experience to what we've all just gone through. And then lastly, see, look, this is exactly the sort of contemporary fiction I read. Oh, you can't see that. My Kind of Happy by Kathy Bramley. It started with a wish list. Now can she make it happen? Flowers have always made Fern smile. She treasures the memories of her beloved grandmother's floristry and helping her to arrange beautiful blooms that brought such joy to their recipients. But ever since a family tragedy a year ago, Fern has been searching for her own contentment. When Fern makes a chance discovery, she decides to start a happiness wish list, and an exciting new seed of hope is planted. As Fern steps out of her comfort zone and into the unknown, she starts to remember that happiness is a life lived in full bloom, because isn't there always a chance your wishes might come true? So yeah, look, see? Gentle, easy, optimistic. That's where I kind of feel like we need to be, right? At the moment. There's room for like heavy tomes and intellectual reading and stuff, but I just don't feel like we're there at the moment. Anyway, I haven't told you how much any of these are. That's $7.99. Love in Lockdown is $8.99. I mean, they're all pretty much of a muchness. The Love Heart Lanes are $8.99. The Agatha Raisins are $8.99. So yeah, they're all like under a tenner. So there you go. I've just waffled on about God knows what, to be honest. But yeah, that I should think is about the standard of what you're going to get from me. For those that don't know, I have opened a bookshop, or no, I've expanded the business we already had, which was sheet music, in Kingussie, into a bookshop. We are now an independent bookshop in Kingussie. We are new books, not secondhand books, because there is already a secondhand bookshop in Kingussie, and it's a very good one. Feel free, once you've read the books that you buy from me, to then take them to the secondhand bookshop. I won't hold it against you. I shouldn't take myself off my train of thought, because now I look like an idiot and I've lost my sense now. I am here for click and collect at the moment. You can message me on Facebook, Full of Music and Books. You can phone us on 01540 664 940, Monday to Friday between 10 and 4. You can find us on Instagram, Among the Bookshelves, at Among the Bookshelves. There is a website, but I'm still working on it. You can see a lot of our collector's editions and things. You know what? If I had the energy right now, I would edit this, because I fall over my tongue more often than not. But do you know what? I'm not going to, because that would overmanage expectations. And we all know that this is what I am always like. So why bother? I will just let me be me, and you'll have to take me stupid, stuttering and all. I've forgotten what I was saying. This is just a silly little video, and yet somehow it's 20 minutes long. So thank you and good night.